September is National Senior Center Month, and Michelle Drumm is here with us today from the Grafton Senior Center to talk a little bit about Senior Center Month, as well as some of the other activities going on at the Grafton Senior Center. Michelle, as always, thank you for coming by.
Thanks, Chris. Nice to be here.
So tell me a little bit about what National Senior Center Month is at the Senior Center.
Well, nationally, it's to celebrate the contributions that elders, mature adults make across our nation, whether it's through volunteering or just with their own families or in the workplace or wherever they happen to be. Such a wide cross section of folks from their 60s to past 100 that qualify in that senior category. But it's an empowerment. I hate to use that word, but it's an empowerment to try to let the seniors know that they are respected, they are valued, and that it's an opportunity that Grafton took to recognize them.
Oh, that's great. Do you know if is it something all across the country, or is it? Oh, that's great.
It is.
So there's other senior centers that are doing the same thing this month.
Every senior center in the country could have the opportunity to do that. The National Council on Aging Association promotes it. Yeah. The Grafton Council on Aging received a nice proclamation from the Board of Selectmen in honor of the day. And we had some special activities over the course of the month here to kind of bring it to the forefront.
Oh, that's great.
We just had yesterday, we had a wonderful magician, comedian, Matt Roberts was here. Entertaining. He had volunteers come up from the audience, so there was a lot of audience participation with this group. And then we topped the day off with this huge pizza party. And Lucky, of course, from Pepperoni Express was kind enough to donate the pizzas. He's the bomb. Yeah. Thanks, Lucky. And so that was fantastic. And then tomorrow we're going to be doing a party that's just desserts. We've got everything for the diabetics. We've got things for gluten-free folks, as well as the high sugar table.
Yeah, right.
So that should be a wonderful event. And we're also doing our typical blood pressure screenings that we do. Typically the first Thursday of the month we do a blood pressure clinic 11 to 12, and our wonderful volunteer nurses take care of that. We're starting line dancing. Thursday nights, it's going to be 6:30 to 8 o'clock in the municipal gym. Oh, great. And this wonderful couple, Ernie and Dale, they're doing it really for the cost of $5, which they give the entire donation to the food bank.
Oh, great.
So if you want to come down, you don't even have to be a senior. If you want to enjoy line dancing, come on down to the Senior Center Thursday nights, September through some part of May.
Oh, that's great. What time again on Thursday?
6:30 to 8 o'clock at night.
6:30 to 8.
Yeah.
Okay,
and they just ask a suggested donation for $5 for the food bank.
And then, like you said, goes to the food bank. Yep. That's great. That's wonderful, yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there maybe that are interested in. It's been on my list to learn how to line dancing.
Has it really, Chris?
Well, I would like to learn how to do it. So any other cool things coming on? Or?
Well, we do, like today the seniors are out on a day trip, and we've got every other week or so we have a shopping trip, whether they're going to Solomon Pond Mall or Target or Walmart. They get out and get their groove on with the shopping. Every month we have a legal clinic. Miracle O'Connell comes down, and we have like this month's offering was wills. They talked about how everybody should have a will, a healthcare proxy, a power of attorney. Those are our three important documents that everyone should have. And they gave a great workshop, and they give this wonderful box lunch to everybody that attends, and the cookies are like to die for.
And that's free, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And there's the legal clinics have been a hit.
Huge hit.
Here, especially, we've been getting a lot of feedback from people saying that it's just the information that's within them is really valuable information. And I guess they do from what I've heard, a really great job with the presentation.
And they do a great job. He's like a rock star, Arthur Bergeron. He's the attorney that does the presentation. And I really appreciate GCTV covering it so that we can get the word out to as many as possible.
It's great to be able, and it's a great example to be able to cover an event like this and then be able to broadcast it out to the public. And that airs on the Grafton Government Channel. And actually, it'll start airing, the last one that you guys just had on wills will start airing next week, which should be aired the week of the 19th, I believe. We'll start that, which is great. But it's just a great partnership. We've been really enjoying it. And when you first brought it to our attention that it's a great opportunity to film, and we really didn't realize how much of a benefit it would be to the community for people that aren't able to maybe make it up that day. But there's so many great benefits for up at the senior center. I mean, I love the fact that the seniors can obviously, if they have errands to do, they have a choice of where they want to buy something. There's so many options for seniors who, for instance, want to take the bus to go do some errands, and they have a choice. You know, maybe they're more comfortable purchasing something. Again, you guys said you go to Target and
we go to, you know, the whole plethora. We go to Christmas Tree Shop and Target and Walmart and Solomon Pond Mall. It's getting to be the holiday season, and maybe they need to go, you know, like to the Solomon Pond Mall to do some of their shopping.
Yeah, it's a good time to start early.
Oh, why not, right? The malls will kind of want you to. They'll try to make you think about the holidays in October.
Right.
But it's really, to me, we're very fortunate to have transportation in Grafton, public transportation for elders and anyone who's disabled of any age. If anyone needs transportation, they're not quite 60 and they are considered disabled, or if even temporarily, if they can get a letter from their doctor that says, so and so is, medically in need of transportation from the senior center, we'd be happy to get you where you need to go. We go to all of the contiguous communities to Grafton as well as Worcester. We have a kind of a loose schedule. We do have a schedule, and it's minimal fares. Transportation to the senior center is always free of charge. So we always we try to get folks to their medical appointments, hair salons, all of their needs, taking banking, whichever. Even if they want to go to a friend's house, we take folks over to the friend's house.
Well, that's great. And the nice thing is, like you said, to be able to get to the senior center just for any of these great activities that are going on. And there's a lot of, obviously, there must be a lot of work behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about, especially with these events that take place where there's lunch being served, or even the Meals on Wheels where there's meals being delivered, and I assume there's always a need for volunteers maybe.
Yay, thank you, Chris. Yes, there's always, we deliver approximately 60 meals a day to the homebound folks in Grafton. It's all done by, we have 3 different routes. They're all done by volunteer drivers. If someone wanted to volunteer for one day a month, whether for 2 hours, usually like 10:30 to 12:30 is the length that it takes to do the deliveries. You get about maybe 20 people per route, and you get to know your folks, and it's eyes on for, you come back and tell us how everybody's, oh, everybody was great today, or geez, so Agnes didn't really seem very well today. We might need to reach out to her family to let the family know that Agnes is not feeling well today, and she might need some medical attention or what have you. So it's just nice to have eyes on, an extra set of eyes in the community to make sure everybody's doing well and they're thriving. Yeah,
and I can see that being a really valuable resource to have those people during those cold winter months. Where people really don't leave the house that often, so to be able to have eyes on them, just checking in on real quick, is everything okay? That's great. I mean, it really is. So the month of September again is National Senior Center Month here in Grafton, as Michelle mentioned, really all across the nation for other senior centers that may be doing the same thing. And I love the fact that you said it's a great way to showcase the all the volunteerism that's taking place and the people that are there behind the scenes on a day-to-day basis that are participating for a lot of these great events. And gee, I mean, the list is just endless. I mean, and then obviously a lot of, as much as you have the legal clinics and you have information, you guys also are able, you bounce it off so well with great entertainment types of things. And I know there's trips now and again, which is great. So
well, we're very proud of our center. We've been fortunate enough to have a lovely center for short money, and the folks that come to the center make the center. You're not going to see folks sitting around typically like knitting or snoring or things like that, if that's what they think is at the senior center.
They'd be surprised.
They'd be surprised. Because like right now, we've got an exercise class going on, for example. It's called Body and Soul. And they're in there, and the folks that are in that class right now, it's probably maybe, I don't know, 10 to 15 people in the class right now. Wendy's the instructor. They love her to pieces. They are doing something different every day. Sometimes they're doing something silly. They're like taking those pool noodles and they're whacking them around to get their mobility going. Other times they're playing catch with a rubber chicken to get their dexterity. It's just, they're doing funny things.
That's creative.
It's creative. Absolutely. And you got, they say motion is lotion, and if you don't move it, you lose it.
That's right.
And it takes effort to keep those even just to turn your neck if you're
Yeah.
driving, to
Yeah.
to keep those muscles and joints active.
Right.
It's important to exercise. We had a fellow that was coming to the center up until age 103,
Yeah.
twice a week exercising. Until till like 2 weeks before he passed away.
Oh, that's wow. That's
and,
amazing.
And I figure if somebody like him, like he can do it.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for anybody out there.
That's true. There's no excuse. I mean, we can all, we can all use more exercise in our lives. And
myself.
I mean, it's just great to see people that are active. I see a lot of people, and the great thing about Grafton and the seniors in Grafton is that they have so many memories of things and so many great. Kind of memories about what the older Grafton, how Grafton used to be, and you learn so much from them. Obviously, we have a strong veterans core here, which is really great. We've done a lot of work with the VFW, and Bob DeToma from Day Trip to History has been continuously interviewing veterans.
Show.
Yeah, and it's all great because it's all leading up to I know that they're going to be. In October, they'll be dedicating, I believe November actually, they should be dedicating this new World War II monument up at the Common.
Absolutely.
Which is going to be just a great day. But gee, it's just funny. I mean, I have seniors that come down even to just pay their bills or whatnot, and they're so pleasant to speak with, and they've got such fond memories of what the town used to be like.
Yep.
And it really is. For me, not living in this town, I've learned a tremendous amount from them, just coming in and say, oh, this used to be this, and this was and they filmed a movie here back in the 20s or 40s
right?
or whatever.
Oh yeah, our wilderness.
Yeah,
right.
right.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's interesting. And you go online, you can actually find all
Yes,
the
you
clips where
can.
they're sitting there on the Common. It's like, wow, that's amazing.
It really is cool, and we're the Grafton. It may be large, but it's a tightly knit community, and I think it is a wonderful town, a wonderful place to be able to grow older, and the veterans are such a piece of that fabric, as well as the historical society. Linda Casey, like you said, does such a fabulous job with that oral history.
Yeah, and now they are now open. I know that they're open for a series of open houses on Sundays. In addition to that, they're doing cemetery tours, vintage cemetery tours, which is great. That they actually have the character, maybe one of the characters that may have been buried at the cemetery has come back to life to talk about their story, talk about some of the people around them.
That's cool.
That other people wouldn't know,
Yeah.
one from the other. So yeah, it's absolutely, I agree. It's a great tight-knit community. Are there any other great kind of new events, different events? We still have our usual activities at the Senior Center.
Oh yeah,
between the,
and we've got a busy little calendar.
yeah, I love the calendar's great too.
And this is our little gazette that we put out every month to let you know what's going on. Call the center, be happy to get you on the list for that. Usually we have like this big Halloween party.
Yeah.
We decided to not do costumes this year. We're going to have a pajama day.
Oh, pajama
We're
day.
going to do pajama day.
Okay.
Just for something different. We
That
thought we'd
is
have a lot of fun
That's
with
great.
that. We always have treats and whatnot. And we just did first day of football season. Everybody had their Patriot gear on.
Oh,
and
that's
things like
great.
that.
Yeah, that's
everybody
great.
got a bag of snacks.
Yeah,
you know, football food.
Oh, that's great.
So we try to do things, and we've had this one donor in town that if it's first day of Red Sox, he comes down with ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, he's just been very, very kind to the seniors. And,
Right.
we've been very fortunate. We have a lot of folks that donate to the center, and that allows me to, and our staff to give programs away free of charge. Like, no one paid for that pizza party yesterday that attended the party. It was free of charge.
Right.
And many, many thanks to the businesses and the individuals that come to the center and donate to the senior gift account, and that enables us to provide those types of services.
Yeah, because that reminds me of the organization, the Fogies organization that we talked about before.
Yeah. Friends of Grafton Elders.
Right. And how does that tie into the fund? I mean, in terms of fundraising or doing anything like that, is that related to? Because I know that that group of people are really kind of a cornerstone of the senior center. What did they put together? Friends
of Grafton Elders is a private fundraising group. They're not technically a piece of the senior center, but they are a fundraising group for elders of Grafton, for keeping them independent in their services. So our key to, our contact with the Friends of Grafton Elders, they just did a wonderful computer room makeover at the senior center. We've got all brand new computers. They're fantastic. We've got computer classes going on a weekly basis. We've taught over 200 people how to use the internet and email, and keep in touch with their relatives. So the new computers are thanks to the Friends of Grafton Elders.